Hello, everyone, and a very warm-hearted welcome to 21 days of Sahaja Yoga meditation organized by New Zealand. I bow to all the seekers who have joined us online to know the truth, and congratulations to all of you to have come for 3 days. Today is the 4th day of your journey. Thank you all once again. This Zoom live session is being recorded and also being live streamed in YouTube. So we humbly request you to kindly switch off your camera and mute your microphone. Thank you. Before I begin, I would like to introduce you to my lovely co-host, Marinia, who will extend you all a native New Zealand welcome. Over to you, Marinia.
Tēnara koutou katoa tamariki ai hoa matua te kore. Nau mai haere mai ngā tangata hei whaia te aratika e. Kia ora. Nau mai haere mai, which means welcome. That was pretty much a karanga, a call from the heart, welcoming you, the seekers of truth, here today to our Sahaja Yoga meditation program. I would like to thank you all for taking that step into your journey of knowing yourself. And this evening we have a few more techniques to show you, and Rajni will take you through a debrief of what we went through yesterday before we go through what we're going to go through today. Thank you, Rajni.
Thank you, Marinia. That was lovely. Welcome. So before we start, I would like you to bring your attention inside. Just close your eyes and reflect on the last 3 days. what you have been able to understand, applied, enjoyed, and ask a question to yourself. How am I feeling today? Just ask inside. How am I feeling today? Take few moments and let us take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And now just open your palms and see how you are feeling on your fingertips. I'm sure deep inside you have joy and peace and happiness, and you are feeling much better than the first day when you came. You hope your sleep is getting better, your days are getting better, and you trying to balance yourself. So it's time now to just diarize in your journal. What are your feelings today? Take a few moments and I'll wait for you. Be honest to yourself and remember the 3 letters. Love yourself, true to yourself, and putting your attention inside. Great. Thank you all. So this journey are in 3 stages. The first week we are doing knowing ourselves. And then in the second week, we are deepening the knowledge. And in the third week, we are going into thoughtless awareness. That is the ultimate. In the last 3 days, we have tried to understand all of us, who we are, and what is inside us, the powerful motherly energy called Kundalini. We also learned about the 3 channels. We also learned about the 7 centers in our body inside, in the central channel. And we also learned how to raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. That is the protection before you sit for your meditation, so that the external factors don't affect you. That's the reason we take Bandhan. So your attention goes inside, no matter what is happening outside. It doesn't bother you anymore because of the band that you have taken. So before I further do, I would like to pass on to Marinia, who will go through the highlights of today's session. Over to you, Marinia.
Kia ora, Rajni. So this evening, we're going to be going through the introduction of a foot soak again. Our presenters this evening are our beautiful Arti and Raj. Raj will be showing us through the channels and the benefits of balancing and why we balance. And we'll be having, Arti will take us through raising our Kundalini and Bandhan again, because that's what we always do before meditation and after meditation. She will also be taking us through some balancing techniques, and we'll be listening to a short talk of Shri Mataji, and then we'll be listening to some peaceful music with meditation. Then Raj will take us through more information about foot soaking and in preparation for our foot soak for day 6. And then we'll open up the floor again later for interaction and question and answer time. And we have some breakout rooms too, depending on how many people we have here, and if whether you'd like to have that one-on-one conversation with someone. So in the meantime, sit back, enjoy, make yourself comfortable, sit comfortably, either in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, or you can sit on the floor if that's how you feel comfortable. Kia ora, and I hand you over to our beautiful, to Raj. Thank you, Raj.
Hello, everyone. Hope you all have had a good day at work, at home, wherever you are. And today, my name is Raj. I actually live in New Zealand. I've been here for a pretty long time, and basically working here as well. I'm an engineer by profession. I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga for the past 30 years. So this is, well, I thought I just joined the program just like you. Thought I'll try it out for a month, and have stayed on for the last 30 years. And it's been a wonderful journey all along. Today I will introduce you to the 3 channels that you have seen and which has already been talked about before in the previous lessons. But if you are here new today, I just would like to introduce you to these channels. As you know, there are 7 main chakras or energy centers that are placed at various plexuses within our body. And these channels actually provide an avenue for energy to flow through on the left, right, and center. So what you're seeing there is the left channel, or Ida Nadi, as it's referred to in Sanskrit. The left channel actually refers to all those aspects of human beings which relate to the past, wherever we have come from and whatever we have done in the past, bears heavily in our attention and in what we do in our day-to-day life. And sometimes we tend to spend too much time thinking about those things that are in the past. And that is when you find that your attention is more towards the left. And the left is also known as the moon channel or the cold channel. And so therefore, it is always referred to something as related to the past. The main channel, the left channel, is actually connected from the Muladhara chakra, which is at the bottom, as you can see there, where the blue line actually commences. And it ends up on the right side of the head, which is the superego. So basically, the superego is what controls the left side of your body and of your attention and your conscience. So that's basically what the left channel is basically directing in all the things of the past. And that's as far as the and the Muladhara being the base chakra, which is actually you can say the first chakra within us, and it also is the first chakra as far as the energy, as far as creation itself is concerned. As you know, that this whole thing is a replica of our human evolution. So that was one of the first chakras that's created, and that generally relates to the past. We can now go on to the right channel, which basically, just as what you have seen on the left channel and leading to the past, the right channel is the opposite of that. The right channel actually relates to all of those futuristic things that you're planning in your day-to-day life, as we all come from different walks of life, our work, our attention, our family. We are all the time thinking, planning, and trying to get our work done and trying to see what we need to do in the future. And in the process, we tend to exert too much of energy and spend a lot of energy doing that. And then if we spend too much of time and attention on it, we go to the right. And that's why some people tend to be very right-sided. So they become, sometimes they can be aggressive, sometimes they can be planning and very what you call forward in everything that they do. So that's one of the things that actually carried from the fact that you have spent a lot of time on the right side, and that's called the supraconscious, or the right side of it. And you see that it starts from the second chakra, the Swadhisthana, which is actually the center for creativity, and it goes all the way up to the right side of the head, which is actually ends up with the ego, and it crosses the pineal and pituitary gland right up to the ego, which is on the right side. So basically, that's called the sun channel, basically because it's what makes you more active, and basically brings about a certain amount of activity and action within us in our day-to-day life. So you have seen the left side and the right side. Now, what is it that we need to be? We actually need to be in the center. And so that we come back to the central channel, which basically is the one that's being pointed up at the moment. The central channel, which is actually the path that leads us in our spiritual ascent, as well as in the awakening of the Kundalini. You find that the Kundalini rises from the coiled area, which you can see over there, and it moves through the 6 centers above and breaks through the fontanel bone area, and then you can feel it as a cool or warm breeze above your head. So that basically is what the central channel does. So the central channel actually sort of brings the left and the right side together so that we can actually have this spiritual awakening of the Kundalini. As the Kundalini passes through each of these centers, through the central channel of Sushumna, you find that it nourishes each of these chakras. And as it nourishes each of these chakras, it gives you a better experience of your Kundalini awakening, and it gives you that awareness. And you find that in normal human beings, you will not have this channel completely opened. And that is only with the Kundalini awakening that this central channel actually gets opened. And that is why Sahaja Yoga meditation and this Kundalini awakening is a very important aspect of our human evolution, as well as our state of balance, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual balance. So without much ado, I will pass on to Aarti, who will give you a little bit of an explanation as to what balancing is about. Over to you, Aarti.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you so much, Raj, for that beautiful explanation of the left, right, and the central channel. Thank you again. Hello, audience. This is Aarti. I'm a Sahaja Yoga practitioner, and I have been doing Sahaja Yoga for more than a decade, to be precise, like 15 years. And I do Sahaja Yoga meditation with my whole family, with my 2 grown-up sons, with my husband. And every week, we make it a point that we attend a collective meditation online and connect to all our friends all over the world in more than 120 countries through Sahaja Yoga meditation online sessions. So it's a wonderful journey, and we are so happy. Our whole team is so happy that you all are enjoying with us. That's a wonderful thing happening. So without wasting much time, let's move on. If you see on the screen, this is about raising your Kundalini. And you have learned in your past classes how to raise the Kundalini. That whenever you sit for meditation, the first step is to raise the Kundalini and take a bandhan. So let's raise our Kundalini, and let's follow the picture on the screen. The left hand starting from the base chakra, moving up, and your right hand just rotating across your left hand, moving 7 times like this. And on the top of your head, you just make a 1 nice tidy knot. That means that you have raised your attention on your left channel, and you have tied your attention of your left channel on the top of your heads. Now let's take our second raising, left hand moving up, and the right hand encircling the left hand 7 times, representing one band representing each chakra on the top of head. Now 2 knots, 1 and 2. Now let's take the third knot. Again, the left hand starting from the base chakra Muladhara, and the right hand encircling the left hand 7 times, inside out, inside out, inside out, and on the top of the head, 3 knots, 1, 2, and 3. This is the step, and now you have raised your Kundalini. Now the next step after that is taking the bandhans. You have also learned it in the last class, how important is to take bandhan before sitting for meditation. It actually preserves your aura. It actually helps you to start your meditation. So nicely placing your left hand on your left lap, taking the right hand over there, picking up your aura from the left side and taking it like a rainbow towards the right and putting it back on the left side. This completes 1 band. And similarly, we have to take 7 bands like this. This band is for the second chakra. And it finishes when you come back to the left side. Then the third band. It finishes again when you come to your left side. The 4th band. Come back to the left side. The 5th band, corresponding to the 5th energy center, coming back on the left. And now the 6th band, coming back to the left. And now the final band, that is the 7th band. And this concludes your bandhans. Now your aura is preserved. Your attention is on the top of your heads. And this is the way you settle down in your meditation. It's very important to be done, and please incorporate it into your meditative schedules every day. And with regular practice, you will not forget the steps. So it's about a matter of practice. You keep on raising your Kundalini, you keep on taking your bandhans, and in a week or so, you will find yourself fully comfortable with that. Thank you. And now we go to the next step, which is called balancing. Can we have the next slide, please? All right. Balancing. A very, very important and very crucial word. We all, in our childhoods, we have been listening from our parents. Hey, where is your attention? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, where is your concentration? Are you balanced? And now we understand what was that balance. Because as we have experienced our true self, we actually know what is that balance. It's a very crucial word, as I said. And in fact, if we are not in balance, we cannot establish a meditative state. Because as Raj explained, we don't have to be in the left. We don't have to be in the right. We have to be in the center. So if you are in your left, I mean left-sided, or either to your right or right-sided, you can't meditate. That's why the technique of balancing is to be done before you settle down for your meditation after taking bandhans. Let's pick an example from your normal life. For example, your cars. Every year, you make it a point that you have to take your car to the mechanic for a wheel balancing or a car or a wheel alignment. Now, why do we do that? When our tires start wearing out, or when we see that our cars are giving us a bumpy and the shaking ride, we take it straight to the mechanic. The mechanic says, hey, your car needs a balance. So the mechanic fixes your car, your car performance improves, you feel happy and great about that. So you should ask yourself a question. If your vehicle needs a balancing every year, why not we? And the beauty of Sahaja Yoga is that you don't do this balancing once in a year. You do this balancing every day before you sit for your daily meditation, in the morning as well as in the evening. So let's start with the balancing. And I know you all are sitting in a comfortable state. Many of you are sitting on the chair, maybe some on the ground, or maybe sitting comfortably on the couch or in a sofa. So wherever you are, just sit comfortable and just take your attention inside. If you would like to take a few deep breaths, most welcome, but just take your attention inside. Start loving yourself, because this time you are investing in you. You are not doing it for anybody else. You are doing it for you. This time is yours. So let's start with this balancing. And firstly, let's first balance our left channel. So as Raj already explained to you, ask yourself a question. Can you memorize what he told you about your left channel? Your left side. The side which gives you the energy to control your emotions. The left side which takes care of your past, which relates you to your past. Sometimes we go too much in our left. We sometimes overuse the energy of this channel. For example, if you feel that you're having too many thoughts about your past, if you feel too much lethargic, and sometimes you feel that you have no pleasure in doing the things, you should understand that you are more inclined towards your left. Things are not right. So the next question is how you take out this left-sidedness from your body. Yes, one of the elements around us, it helps us in cleansing this left side, and that is the earth element. Nothing better than earth can suck and absorb all the imbalances of your left side. So what we do, as you see in this picture, the left hand, it nicely gets placed on your lap, and the other hand does the action of cleansing for that. So always remember, whichever channel, whichever side you will clean, that will nicely sit on your lap, and the other side will do the action. So just place your left hand on your lap, and your right hand, it goes on Mother Earth. If you're sitting on chair, just drop it towards Mother Earth. And just close your eyes. Withdraw the attention within yourself. And get connected to your motherly energy, that is Kundalini. Ask your motherly energy, Kundalini. Oh, Mother Kundalini, please energize, please nourish, and please empower my left side. Let all the burden of my past, all the thoughts of the past which are not letting me enjoy my present, all that heaviness of the past conditionings, all the painful sufferings from the past which are not letting me focus on my present, please take it away, Mother Earth. We will go into a minute silence. Don't get disturbed by any distractions around you. And just feel your connection strong with Earth. And you will feel that the Earth element is slowly absorbing the imbalances of your left side. Let it not be mental, let it not be mechanical. Just feel it. Establish yourselves in your meditative state. Don't worry if you feel any tingling sensations on your fingertips. Or don't worry if you feel any heaviness on your left side. It's just a process. Give it some time. Now slowly, just open your eyes and bring back your right hand on your lap. Take a deep breath and thank the earth element that it has absorbed the imbalances of your left side. Now it's the time to cleanse your right channel. As I said that, whichever side, whichever channel you have to clean, it nicely sits on your lap. So when you start cleaning your right channel, your right hand, as you see in the photo, it sits on the lap and the other hand does the work. So here, who will be cleaning your right side? Yes, it's the ether element. But first, just try to remember, what is your right channel? Your right channel is the channel which gives you the energy to take care of your future, which gives you the energy to think about your future, which gives you the energy to take care of your physical actions. It shapes your physical attributes. But we fall into troubles when we start overusing the energy of this channel. This channel gives us the energy to think, but human beings, they keep on thinking, and it goes to infinity. So this is the time when we overuse the energy of this channel. We become very right-sided. In Sahaj terms, we say that this guy has become very right-sided, thinks too much about the future, is very action-oriented, has a high doership attitude. So the problems comes like this: aggressiveness, a state of anger, a high doership attitude, egoistic attitudes, and dominance. So what happens that a lot of heat is generated inside the body, a lot of heat. If you don't release this heat on a daily basis, just imagine what kind of imbalances and disorders they can keep on settling on in our system. You take a bath, you take a shower, but you cannot take out or release this heat from your inside body, from your subtle system. There has to be a mechanism for doing that. So this is what I said. Now let's cleanse our right side. Let's take out this heat, all this heat into the ether element. Your right hand nicely sitting on your lap and your left hand facing the sky. And here you use your ether element with complete honesty in your heart, with complete dedication and devotion. You request this ether element to please absorb all the heat which is generated on my right channel. The heat which is settling in my body and giving rise to a lot of lifestyle diseases. O ether element, please absorb this heat. We take a minute to settle down in this state. Slowly feel that that the heat is getting released into the ether. Let it not be mental. Let it not be mechanical. Let you feel it purely from your heart. Don't worry if you feel any heaviness or any tingling sensation on the tips of your finger of right hand. It's just a part of the process. I just bring back my left hand on the lap. Now my both hands are on my lap. As we have limitations of time on this platform, so we may not be able to give too much time to the left and right balancing, but at your home, when you want to sit for meditation, you want to settle in your meditative state, keep doing it for a reasonable amount of time, as long as you start feeling comfortable. So now, as we have cleansed our left and we have cleansed our right channel, now we focus on our central channel. The central channel, which is also the path of Kundalini, the path on which are placed all your 7 energy centers. A very important path, which is the path of your evolution, where you always have to be, neither in the left, neither in the right, but always in the center, because that gives you the balance. And close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And just feel that flow, that gentle flow of energy on your central path. You will notice that your thoughts might have subsided. Your breathing might have become slow. You are not getting disturbed by the surrounding sounds. You're feeling much more calm, much more settled, and much more peaceful within you. Just because you are not on your left, you're not on your right, but you are in your center, where you have to be all the time. Let's continue meditating for a while in this state. Take this moment to talk to yourself. Take this moment to feel your heartbeat. Take this moment to appreciate the beauty inside you. You may also feel the flow of energy on the top of your heads. You may either take your left or right hand on the top of your head. You may slightly massage your fontanelle bone area 7 times. Gently bending. And just move your hand slightly up, maybe 4 or 5 inches up. And just try to feel, if you can feel the flow. Now bring back your hand on your lap. If you feel like closing your eyes, you can close. And feel the notice, and feel and notice the change in the flow of energy. Let's open our eyes. And now we will take the opportunity to listen to few words on balancing from our founder, Her Holiness Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Her video comes next. You may like to meditate on this video. Thank you.
This spirit, when it manifests, it also gives you a state which we call as collective consciousness. It's the state by which you become, again I say become, it's actualization, it is not just talking. You become conscious collectively, means you become conscious of another person's centers on your fingertips. You also become self-aware. You know about yourself, what centers are catching, where are we going. Like a person who becomes mentally upset, he doesn't know. Till he becomes mad, goes to lunatic asylum and dies, he does not know. But in Sahaja Yoga, immediately you can find out that there's something going wrong with your mental side. If a person gets into cancer, he might get into the state of galloping cancer, about to die, then he may discover that he has got cancer. But in Sahaja Yoga, if there's a little imbalance, immediately it shows on your fingertips. And if you know how to do it, how to correct it, then every problem is solved. So as I told you yesterday, yoga has double meaning. Yoga means union with the divine. That's one. And the second one is the expertise, the deftness, what we call in Sanskrit kaushala. You must have the deftness, how to handle this all-pervading power that is flowing through us, how to understand ourselves, how to understand others. That's an important part of Sahaja Yoga. Now the third thing that happens with self-realization is that you get a state of peace, of bliss and of joy. When the Kundalini rises above this Agya Chakra, you become thoughtlessly aware. It's called as Nirvichar Samadhi, thoughtlessly aware, where there is no thought in your mind. If you want, you can think. If you want, you can think. But if you don't want, you can be in that state where you don't think. Actually, it's maddening sometimes the way man is thinking, morning till evening, yarns after yarns, useless things, a joyless pursuit. But when this thinking stops, you are above the thoughts. I would say, to give it a simile, that the waves of thought come and go away. Another thought comes and goes away. We are jumping on the cusp of the thought all the time. Supposing we can just get in the center of the thought, that is the present. If we could stop at the present moment, then we are not worried about the thoughts. Like the waves of water, if you are in the waves, you are frightened of that. But supposing you are in a boat, then you can see the waves and enjoy them. In the same way, what happens to you, that you jump up to a higher state of existence through which you see the thoughts. If you want, you don't want to see, you need not see. Now the thoughts that you see also are very wide and deeper, where you get inspirations. That's why, as Dr. Warren has told you, that your creativity improves. You can become tremendously dynamic, because your time is not wasted in wasteful thinking. You just know this is it. This is the exact. This is what we have to do. And that's how people get rid of many of their problems of mental tensions. There's no tension at all. You don't have any worries. You just see the thing like the witness. You become the witness of the whole drama. When you are in the drama, you think you are a part and parcel of the drama. Sometimes you weep with it and cry with it. But when the drama is over, you realize it was just a drama. I was not there. In the same way it happens to you, that you achieve a witness state. It happens to you. Even if you want to get involved, you cannot. You just cannot get it. That's how you can solve the problems better, because you are away from the problems. You can see what the problem is, but when you are in it, you are upset, full of tension, worries. And sometimes people get so upset with it that they commit suicide when they find no solution. But if you are away from it, then you can definitely solve the problem. Now this witness state has to grow within you gradually, with little understanding and with little meditation, which is very simple, which you can do very easily. Nothing has to be done about it. The last center is the center of Sahasrara, they call it, because there are 1,000 petals. 1,000 petals because there are 1,000 nerves which get enlightened. And the light from the flame, as you see in a candle, in the same way, it appears like tongues of flames, beautiful tongues of flame of various colors. You see them opening out. First you don't see, first you become the light, and then you can see it also, that it opens out as a beautiful lotus of flames of beautiful colors. And you stand in between to see that you are there watching all this within yourself. This center has a speciality, that all the centers you have seen, the 6 centers, are placed in the head. This is what we call the station of the centers, or the pithas. The centers are working there, but actually their guarding forces are in the head. And when the Kundalini comes up and she integrates you and enlightens the brain, all these centers also get enlightened, and you feel that you are completely integrated. Your mind, your body, your soul, all work together. There's no fight. You are extremely restful, you are peaceful, and the bliss you feel actually as physical manifestation. For example, if you want to see something very beautiful, you see something very beautiful and you like it, like Mona Lisa's painting now, many people go to see that. They don't know what they like about it, but I know what it is. When you watch that, there is no thought. There's no thought. When there is no thought, the creation of the artist in that photograph or in that painting or in any beautiful scene or anything that you see, the whole thing is reflected within you as if it's a ripple-less ocean or a ripple-less lake in which all the surroundings are reflected completely. And then you feel actually physically as if the joy and the peace is flowing down you like peaceful happening. You feel that relaxation just coming on you. Physically also you feel it, and you feel extremely charmed by that.
We will settle down in silent meditation for a few minutes, and let's absorb the experience, the knowledge, and the flow of vibrations. Let's settle down in meditation. Thank you. Thank you so much for playing such a wonderful, lovely, soothing music. And we really had a wonderful balancing meditation, isn't it? So let's wake up fresh. And now I give the floor to Raj, and Raj will take you over to give you more knowledge about balancing with the natural elements around us. Thank you. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you, Arti. That was really beautiful meditation. I really enjoyed the piece within, and yeah, actually, it takes a while to come back to the world around us. It's so beautiful staying up there in the Sahasrara, enjoying the cool breeze on top of our heads. And yes, welcome everybody back, and thank you, Arti. What we like to talk about now is balancing with natural elements. We, as you have listened to what Shri Mataji had just mentioned, she's talked about so many things that where we need to actually stay, value what we have and look at what we need to do with ourselves and go beyond the mind. So we have to stay in the state of what she has mentioned as nirvichar samadhi, which is thoughtless awareness. Now, how do we, normal human beings, actually be able to do all of that? Well, you've already got the main instrument that you need to actually achieve that state of being, and that is the Kundalini awakening. Remember, all of these things that you are feeling, that you're enjoying at the moment, is coming from the awakening of that energy. Because when that energy is awakened, you get connected to all the elements around you. That is, the natural elements, which we refer to are earth, fire, water, air, and ether. And as Arti had demonstrated to you by doing the left and right side balance, she has already used two of the elements that we need for our day-to-day balance. And balancing is a natural process, actually. As you practice your meditation and as you get proficient in doing it, you become more and more aware of your own state of being, of your own state of balance. And you will know straight away whether you're left, you're right, whatever your state of being. And it could vary. It's not that everybody is going to be right every time or everybody is going to be left. It's going to be a whole lot of permutation and combination of these various states of being, because we are human. We interact with people around us. We are not staying in a cave. We are working, we are living, we have families, we have children, we encounter day to day different circumstances, different environments, different people, different interactions. So we are here, we are present, we are not running away, hiding in a cave. All of this energy, all of these benefits that we are getting from the Kundalini awakening is for us to be here in the now, and to be able to, at the same time, enjoy the beauty that lies within us. And that happens when we are able to relate to the energy system that we have within us, and to find a way in which we can get ourselves in balance in a continuous process. That is what we're trying to do. And first of all, to understand what are these natural elements that exist. Well, we have got earth, we have got fire, we have got water, we've got air, and we've got ether. So each of the chakras and each of the sides of the chakras, we have already talked about the channels, the left channel, the right channel, and the center channel. Now, how you treat the left channel is different from how you treat the right channel. And at the same time, it's different from how you deal with the central channel. So depending on what and where exactly the imbalances lie, we treat each of it in a different way. And it's such a beautiful thing, because it's not one size fits all. You know, different people will be sitting around and watching this, and one person may feel heat in his left hand, the other may be feeling heat in his right hand, all right? Or somebody may be feeling absolutely cool all the way. So that's fantastic, that's bliss. But in most of the time, because we go to work, we are doing all different things, we do come to a state of imbalance of some kind or another. What we have to do is, knowing that we have this knowledge and knowing that we have the ability to get ourselves in balance, we use these elements to better ourselves, for the people around us, our family, the workplace, because every one of us are now emitting this beautiful energy around. We become beacons of this energy. And so as we attain a state of balance, we actually share this state of balance with all those around us, whether it's our family, our colleagues, our friends, whoever they are. And that's the beauty of Sahaj. You do a lot by not doing anything, because everything is spontaneous, everything is natural, everything happens by itself. And all you need to do is just be aware of it within yourself. And so one of the techniques that we use in trying to get ourselves into balance is called foot soaking. So I would like to take you on to this really fantastic, simple, but very efficient way of getting yourself into balance quickly on a day-to-day basis. Now, foot soaking actually is a very simple process where it actually helps you to relieve stress on a day-to-day basis. Yes, you go to work, you come back, you're stressed out, your boss has been on your neck all day. You come back and then you have got all of these lovely little children around you, waiting for you to come home so they can actually pour their love on you and actually expect that back from you. But are you in a position to actually give them that attention and love in the state that you are? So what you need to do is actually you got to find a way in which you can get yourself back into balance as quickly as possible so you can enjoy everything around you. And so foot soaking is one of the fastest way in which you can get yourself into balance. It relieves stress, improves your sleep. Yes, you get a pretty peaceful sleep at night when you do your foot soaking. And one of the most important things is, of course, foot soaking. Actually, what it does is it takes whatever lethargy or overactiveness that's within our system, it takes it out of our system and it gets absorbed into the foot soaking bucket of water. So you then feel a little complete relief of this tiredness or this stress that's within you. And that is how you actually attain a certain amount of balance. And the interesting thing about foot soaking is that, well, you need a bucket of water. You're of course going to sit on a chair, but the water itself has got a little bit of handful of salt in it. So it actually replicates the sea. And since you cannot go to the sea, well, if you're living near the sea, that's fantastic. But if you can't, you're replicating it at home. So you bring the sea to your living room or to wherever you're sitting down and doing your meditation. And you put your feet into that water, and that you have to actually see whether how do you feel? Do you feel very agitated and angry? Do you feel very depressed and undervalued? So depending on your state of being, you can actually adjust the temperature of the water that you're going to foot soak in. And you can either put cool or slightly warmer water, depending on your state of being, and put your leg inside it. Then you have to raise your kundalini and you bandhan, as what we have taught you before, and be in that state of meditativeness, where you bring your attention to the Sahasrara, keeping yourself in that state where you are in thoughtless awareness. And as you foot soak, as you do this, you find that you will slowly feel the energy, the tiredness, this energy actually being sucked out of you and being absorbed into the water. So this is a fantastic way in which you can actually bring yourself back to balance on a day-to-day basis. You do this, you can do it once a day, which is the normal thing we do in the evening. But if you're feeling tired, or you're feeling weak, or you're feeling any kind of imbalance within yourself, you're not feeling too good health-wise as well, you could do it more often than that, because it helps to bring down those and all those problems, imbalances out of your system. And you will have the candle lit in front of you as well, so that takes care of the fire element that appears before you while you're doing the foot soaking. So this is basically what foot soaking is about. And of course, let's not forget there are two things that you need to do. What do you do once you've already foot soaked? So you got to actually have a jug of water, so that you can wash your feet after you have foot soaked. And you need a piece of cloth to wipe your feet after you have foot soaked. So please make sure that you have a rag next to you to wipe your feet, and you have this this cup of water that you can wash your feet after you have foot soaked. It's very important to remember that this water that you have just foot soaked in actually contains negative elements, things that you don't want spread around. So you need to take it carefully and dispose of it in the water closet or in the drain, whichever is convenient to you, depending on which part of the world you're in. And basically wash the bucket and keep it separately. Do not use it for washing your clothes or using it for anything else. Try to keep it separate purely for the purposes of foot soaking. The bucket can be shared. It can be shared with your family members who are also doing foot soaking on a regular basis. And you can do this on a daily basis, so that you can actually enjoy the real benefits of your meditation. The reason I say that is because after you have foot soaked, you can then go back and sit down and meditate for a short while. And you find that all of that vacuum that is created by this energy is being drained off, that has been exhausting you. When they are drained off, they leave a vacuum within you. And this vacuum needs to be filled, and it needs to be filled with divine vibrations. And therefore, it is a good practice for you to actually go back and sit down and do a few minutes of meditation with your attention on the Sahasrara, inviting the beautiful vibrations to flow back within you and to fill this void and vacuum within you, so that you are again nourished with the blessings and with divinity. And this comes from your own energy, from your own Kundalini. So it is actually a really beautiful, blissful state that you achieve at the end of foot soaking. So I hope you have understood this particular technique. These are what we call the techniques in Sahaja Yoga. And as what Shri Mataji has mentioned just now, this is the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga, right? The depthness, how you actually, one is the yoga, is the union with the divine, but the other part of it is the knowledge that accompanies that. So it is something that you are learning and practicing at the same time. So I hope you have been able to understand and follow what I've just mentioned. This video is being recorded, so you're always free to refer back anytime and listen to what I have just talked to you about. And feel free to ask any questions through the chat column, and any of the Sahaja Yogis who are there will be able to answer your questions. Thank you, and I will pass it. All right. So before we actually get on to the next state, let's just enjoy raising our Kundalini and bandhaning. After all of this talk and all of this knowledge that you have received, let's just make sure that we are now completely enveloped in that knowledge by raising our Kundalini again and putting ourselves into abundance. And as you know, you put your your right hand goes around your left hand in a clockwise manner. So you just bring it up from the base chakra, which is the Muladhara. We bring it up to the Swadhisthana, the Nadi, the Anahata, the Vishuddhi, the Agya, and the Sahasrara, which is the top. And you tie a knot, one knot, bring it down. And then you're ready for the second one. And there you go. You bring it up from the Muladhara, the Swadhisthana, the Nadi, the Anahata, the Vishuddhi, the Agya, the Sahasrara. Don't worry about the names of the chakras at this point. It's just that you have got 7 chakras which you need to nourish, and you do a second knot, tie a knot on above your head. And now we do the third one. And as what Arti had mentioned, this is to keep yourself in a blissful state and protecting your aura. So you bring it up all the way, and this time you tie 3 knots. 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. And now in the complete envelope, your aura is completely in the envelope of love and bliss. And now to put the bandhan, the protection over yourself, you take your hand and put it on your left side, raise it over your head, over your sahasrara, bring it up to the right and down, and bring it back over your head. And that is 1. And we have got another 6 more of these bandhans to do to protect all of our chakras. This is the second one. Bring it back. Third. Fourth. You can keep your attention on each chakra as you are doing your bandhan, which will then give you also 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. So there you go. You are now completely in the love and joy of your own vibrations. Thank you. And I will now pass you back on to Sister Rajni.
Thank you, Raj and Aarti. What a beautiful explanation. What a beautiful meditation. And I'm sure you all enjoyed going through this journey inside, putting your attention inside, protecting yourself, putting a bandhan. And as Aarti has explained to you, the reason behind it. Also, the element that you learned today, how to balance your left and right. And I'm sure you have taken some notes about it. And I think I'll give you a few moments if you could please bring your attention once again inside after this class and just feel within you the power that has risen from the base of your spine, taking you through all the energy centers and going on top of your head. And it's time to diarize in your journal what you felt after this session. Take a moment and make a note. This will be your compendium to reflect after 21 days of your journey. Great. So we learned today that we have to keep our attention inside and on our spirit. And the freedom is when you know your powers within, when you master them, you become your own master. And we learned that it's a living process. It happens inside. It is not outside, but it is inside. With all the surroundings that is happening around us during the day, but your inside is not affected. Why? Because the power within you is keeping the attention inside and on top of your head, where you get connected to the cosmos, the all-pervading power. This is an experiment with truth in real sense. That you are not this body, you are not this mind, which keeps thinking 24/7. You are a pure spirit. And to tell you the truth today, your attention, your love to yourself, to your spirit and Kundalini, it was emitting beautiful vibrations. I was listening, but I was in a meditative state. So this is the end of our session, and I will now pass you over to my co-host, Marinia. Over to you, Marinia.
Kia ora, everybody. Thank you for a wonderful night. That was such an informative program tonight, both Raj and Arti, so in depth, and yeah, we've really enjoyed that. We're going to wrap up now with, for more information, you can go on our website, www.freemeditation.com.au/May 2022. Or join our WhatsApp group. We also have an email address on 21daysmay2022@gmail.com. But before we wrap up today, we're going to open up for a quick question and answer time. We've gone a bit over time this evening. But before we do that, could everyone open up their screens or turn on their videos so we can see who's there today? Because we'd like to see you and have that interaction time with you. And if there's any questions, please open the floor, because we'd like to have a team photo too after this one. It would be great if you all come on, we have a look at your screens and see who's out there. Oh, we have a few people. Kia ora. Be nice to see your faces. Then we can see who we're interacting with. And if they've got any questions, you can either, I don't think you can unmute, but you can write in the pictures down below. I'd like to ask you one question before you start. Please raise your hand if you can feel the cool breeze or you went into that deep silence today. Don't be shy. It's okay if you did it. Sometimes it takes time.
Sorry. If anyone wants to speak up, I have allowed you to unmute yourself and you can talk. Yeah.
Cool. So if you have a question, you're allowed to ask us.
Anyone? All right. If that's the case, that's fine. No problem. Keep chatting on the chat box or send us email. Yeah.
And in tomorrow's session, Marinia, I think we are talking about balance in more detail.
Yes.
Qualities of each chakra.
Yeah, we'll be going into the 7 energy centers tomorrow and more in-depth information.
Yes.
This evening, both Arti and Raj talked briefly about it, but tomorrow we'll be going into more in-depth information, specifically on each chakra.
Yeah. Great. Well done, team.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Thanks to all.
Yeah, you may drop off, and Sahaja Yogis can stay back. We can quickly.
Okay. Thank you
Thank
once
you.
again.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sabon.
See you again soon sometime.
Thank you.
Thank you, Molly, Pallavi, Mr. Verma, Sakshi. Thank you so much.
I think they are all still in meditation.
Okay, I'll probably move them back to waiting room, and then we can start our discussion. So Pallavi, put back. I'm not sure actually. Sakshi and in waiting room.
Thanks, Sakshi.
Yeah, gone. She's gone.